What's good, y'all? Welcome back. Listen, there's a scripture I love, and it says, neither give place to the devil. What it means is don't give him a placement. Don't give him a seat at the table. Don't give him position in what you're doing. And I'm saying give him, but don't even give the mindset, the satanic influence, a mindset to the ability to even form how you think or how you decision make or how you perceive life. It makes a difference. And we're going to show you how today. This is Donovan Montreal. To be honest, I'm always trying to find out more and more about who I am, who God made me to be. I just want to be the efficient version of what God created. So I'm always on this search. If that's you and you're like that as well, you should join the Red and 30 community. Red and 30, where we talk about Jesus, truth, and you, all using red words. We believe in the entire Bible. We believe the Bible is a story about who you and I are. But the red words tell us who we are in the story. The words of Jesus always tell us the position that we should play, the personality that we should have, and how we can actually always be in the will of God, thinking just like God thinks about life. Listen, join the Red 30 community. You can go over to Substack or wherever we have the community now. You can join the Donovan Montreal Substack and you have access to it, or you can just access the Red 30 community. We're reading books. I got books. It's almost, I don't really want to call it a book club, but it's almost like a book club. It begins with the 30-day reading of the Gospels. We read the Gospels in 30 days, 3 chapters a day. It's real simple, real easy, but it has changed my life forever, and I know it will yours. If you're on that search and you want to go on a deeper dive and be with like-minded people having these same conversations, not just a religious thing, but an actual relationship thing with our real versions in God, in God's will, go over there and join the Red 30 community. Listen, you're going to love it. You're going to enjoy it. And we'll be glad to have you. We'll see you over there, Red and 30. What's good? Welcome back. This is a Donovan Montreal pod, the home of the Red and 30 podcast. I'm here with the homie Rico. Rico, you in here?
Whoa.
Man, let's do it, man. 3 things. Jesus represents the mind of God in man, the epitome of what God looks like thinking through us. Number 2, the Bible is a story about who you and I are, and it shows us where we stand in proximity to that mindset. And the third thing is everything outside of that mindset is sin. We said in the last pod, everything outside of the will of God or God's mindset is actually witchcraft. It's when something is almost bewitching you, right? Like it's something that is taking you over and making you function in a way that's outside of your original self, the original self that God has created, the original intent. I love the scripture that says, God is talking, he say, for I know the thoughts that I think towards you, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. So this is how God thinks of us. But sometimes it seems like life doesn't go that way. It seems like we can end up dealing with so many different problems, have skewed perceptions, attract the wrong type of people and friends and situations, and things just, to make it simple, sometimes we just get caught up, man.
Yep.
Right? There's a phrase, Rico, in music, and we were talking about on the intro, talking about neither give place, right? There's a phrase in music when the songwriters or the producers, when they're working, and I even did this a couple of times, when you would they would send out a big list, right, of all the artists that's working on albums. And if you was able to get that list, then you were able to submit music or submit something to that artist or to that label to try to get what they call a placement. You ever heard that before?
Yeah.
Yeah, they try to get a placement. In other words, I'm trying to get a spot on the album.
Yeah.
Because if I can get a spot on the album, then I can benefit from the sales. If I can get a spot on the album, then I can be identified with that thing, right? If I can get a spot on the album, then I can benefit from whatever success that album has. I can benefit from that and feed off of that. Yeah. And sometimes, and we're going to talk about music in a second, because sometimes the enemy or the enemy thought, right? When I say the devil, I don't want you to think about a little red dude running around with a pitchfork and, you know what I'm saying? Like they done shown us on a lot of these movies. It's a diversion, man, to try to get you to think a certain way so you don't really see what the devil looks like. The scripture really says he looks like an angel of light, right? And it is not just the devil or not just Satan, but even the word Satan means an evil influence. It's something that is influencing you to see or function or perceive less than what God has originally ordained for you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's a lower level. It's an unaligned conversation. It's an unaligned mentality. And a lot of times, man, what I've seen over the years, and I've been doing music for years, and it's one of the reasons I got into music. What I've been seeing for years is music sometimes is one of the easiest pathways and gateways into getting place into your mindset and your mentality and your function.
Yeah.
Your decision making. The enemy has written the songs. He's written songs and have gotten placements on your album. Your album that we call life. Your album that's called your reality. Your album that calls your decision making. He's gotten a placement on it and he's getting credit. They call it royalties.
Yeah.
They call it royalties. He's gaining increasing royalties off of the flow of God that's inside of you. I always like to say this, that God is always flowing through you and the enemy is trying to deceive and divert you so that you can flood or fill whatever he wants to fill with the Spirit. He's trying to get to use the source of God. There's nobody else. There's no other source of God but you. You and I. God put himself on the inside of us. Breathe in the man, man became a living soul. Right? It becomes the source of God flowing through us. So the enemy wants to deceive us so that he can take our flow and begin to fill whatever idea, whatever imaginative thing, whatever error thought that he wants to fill it, because he can't fill it on his own. Listen to what I'm saying. So he tries to get some placement in our lives, right? And there's only a few things, man. I was talking to a young homeboy, and he was dealing with some things, and I got a chance to go into ministry. Y'all gotta go watch other pod ministry. But I was menacing something that was trying to menace him.
Yeah.
Right. And then there's some things that were involved, and once again, this is not a statement of condemnation or whatever, but it's a recognition of what really happens and what goes on. He ends up taking an edible, and then he spazzes out, has to go to the hospital, and then it begins to reframe some of the ways that he sees things. And then even he was saying he was even dealing with some demonic issues in his home or whatever. Of course, demonic issues don't have any power or jurisdiction in your home or anybody else's home. So of course, I spoke to him in that manner, told him you're a son of God, say you're a son of God, and we dealt with it. I mean, easy work, right? But nevertheless, there's a pathway that things are always trying to get into your lifestyle, into your perception. There's only a few things, Rico, right? We were talking about there's only a few things, and it becomes a potion for perception, right? It's like you're pouring, you're mixing different things, almost like in the old movie you see them witches making a potion, they're voodoo, right? They're making a potion, and they're putting things together, and so we make that so extravagant on the movies and the way it looks, but sometimes it's a whole lot more subtle. Sometimes it's on your radio. Or in your phone,
like organized chaos.
It's organized chaos, yeah, and it seems like ain't nothing. What's wrong with that, man? What's wrong with listening to fill in the blank, right? The whole time your perception is being skewed, right? And there's a few things: is inebriation, whether that be drugs or alcohol or different things of nature. And once again, now I'm not talking about this from condemnation. I'm talking about this from the morality perspective, okay? I'm talking about this from a reality perspective of what it looks like to be aligned and unaligned, and how these things can actually inebriate you from the reality of God in you.
Yeah.
You get me? What come on, Rico, is drugs, women for men, women, and so for the women to be the men.
Yeah.
Let's just say relationships.
Yeah.
Let's say relationship goals, right? Everybody wants relationship. Everybody got a list. You get drunk, right? you doped up. Your dopamine is spiking, right? I mean, music, women.
Fear of the future.
Fear of the future. Fear is crazy, right? Yeah. And then we go to, now we got these conspiracy theories. I always say, like you said that earlier, it's like a conspiracy theory sometimes, and sometimes that stuff be real. But at the end of the day, now what? Now I know that they sacrificing babies. And like, okay, now what do we do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It all goes back to the I am who you should be, and the heart change that allows God to flow through you in your society and the culture that you live in, right? But it's only a few things. And it seems like those things tend to work in tandem. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's almost like we getting high and we listen to a certain type of music. And so I can keep you doped out to where you never recognize who you are. And don't let somebody say something, now you're going to call somebody unk. You know, I go and call you, like they want to call somebody old school.
Right.
Or when they call somebody, when in actuality, there's some lanes, Rico, to be very, very candid, there's some lanes that you and I have been down. What's this song? Take me through there. And I have no idea. I heard that song one time in my life, and they love it. But sometimes God will take you through there to recognize what the tricks are.
Yeah.
He'll take you through some experiences to make you recognize what the tricks are, how the tricks feel, and why people are getting tripped up on it so much.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's the same circle of things. It's the same circle of concepts that the systems will tell you are innocent. Right? We come from the ground. That's what they say, right?
Yeah.
It's natural. Boy, poison ivy natural too. You don't smoke that, do you? Right? Like there's a lot just because it's like the reasons that we say for certain things. The point is to not be inebriated. To not be to the point to where and I don't want to sound judgy, Rico. I guess it don't sound judgy, but you know, I said on the last pod that the highest high that you have is your desires and your wants.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you ever knew who you really were and knew who you really are and God's original intention for you in you as you, if you really knew that, your whole positioning and your whole perception and perspective would change. Yeah. You realize that I don't really want anything that's getting me out of my head to the point to where God can't really show me who I am and how I am and what needs to be done in every exact moment when it needs to be done. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like what they say, getting you off your square.
It's getting you off your square. It's getting you off your square. And you know, a lot of even street dudes, right? A lot of them, I know that a lot of dudes that sell dope don't do their dope.
True that.
Right? Because it get them off their square. I can't be, and then once again, this by no means is that correct. But even people, I've watched high functioning people, and they don't not drink because they're trying to be good people. They're not drinking because of morality and they think it's wrong. They don't drink because it doesn't give them the result that they want to have in the high maximum efficiency they want to function in.
Yeah.
I even heard of old kings and people that were in higher ranks, they would even not eat at certain times of the day. Or they would only eat one time a day because eating all day would make you sluggard and make you off your, like you say, off your square, and you're not really that quick with it. You're not that really accurate. You're not really zoned in or focused because you're thinking about another thing.
Yeah.
Right? So now when we say, seek ye first the kingdom of God, or when we say, you know, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be the name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, it begins to become the maximized version of God in you, and you don't want anything to mess that up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It goes beyond morality, right? And it goes into a reality of what does the best version or the best God version of me look like? You got me?
Yeah.
And I don't want to, you know, in my mind, I don't want to mess that up. I don't want to throw that off. I always, you know, we live life like that. We want to make the most money that we can. We want to have the best relationship that we can. We want to be in the best shape that we can be in. We want all these different things, right? We want the best. Let's keep it a book. Everybody wants the best, right? Well, the best version of you is the God version. Mm-hmm. And so now it doesn't become a list of things. When we see Jesus say certain different things, or when we see lose your life to find it. If any man come to me, let him deny himself. Right before that, he says, he calls Peter Satan. We were just talking about Satan. He calls Peter Satan. He said, because you savor the things, you get your flavor and your savor and your excitement of the things that be of men and not of God. So you become a stumbling block. You're an offense, right? And then that leads to that conversation. Deny yourself, take up the cross. Any man come to let him deny himself, take up the cross and follow me. Why is he saying it? It seems like he's trying to take something from you. No, he's revealing you the best version of who you are. You get what I'm saying? And so you've got to graduate from morality. Right? You got to graduate that tree. That's that tree. Tokoge is what I call it. The tree of knowledge of good and evil. Tokoge, Tokogae, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. You'll catch on as you hang around more, right? But it's the tree of knowledge of good and evil that has us thinking in terms of good and evil. And we don't recognize that it's really ain't nothing good but one that's God. So ain't nothing good but there's one God's will. And everything outside of that will produce evil.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so now it transcends morality. It transcends trying to be a good person, right? When in actuality, I really want the God person of me. And so now I begin to make decisions based off of this. I don't, what to say? I don't partake. I don't partake in that type of action, right? Or I don't, because, there's some actions over the years that I've partaken in, and I ain't like the way it made me feel. So I said, I don't partake. I'm good on it. And I recognize it. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't want anything to get me off of my square. Yeah. I don't want anything to make me dull. I always want to be sharp. I want to be quick-witted in the will of God. I want to be able to, Jesus would make a statement. He says, as I hear, I judge. I don't ever want to be delayed in the as I hear part.
Like, I don't want to function in another identity.
I don't want to function in another identity. I do not want to be an imposter.
Yeah.
The fraud not, we said that in the last part, right? I don't want to be a fraud.
Yeah.
Rico, sometimes in the way that we live life, God sees us in a certain way. He sent us and sees us in a certain way, but we ain't looking like what he sent. We ain't looking like who he sent us to be. And so he looking at you like, man, you a fraud. Right? That's what a fraud does. A fraud, perpetrate the fraud, right? A fraud does that. They're saying one thing, but they're not really that. They're acting like they are a lot of fraudulent things, saying, well, I can give you this much amount of money. This investment will work it out for you. Or they're lying about what type of business they're running, or what type of profession that they're in, or if they're certified. It's all that, right? It's fraud. You get it? You're not it's ultimate disguise and deception.
And that's crazy, because like all of those things, the things that we filling our minds up with, all fraudulent things.
They're all fraudulent. Listen, sometimes they're fraudulent to the point of the person that's actually saying them ain't about that life.
Yeah. The rappers, the women.
it's all fraudulent. Even inebriation, the rappers, the women, the drugs, even the drugs are fraudulent because it brings you to a place that you can't stay.
Yeah.
If you stay there, you'll be fried. We know some fried people, don't we? We pray for all the fried people. I know some people that's been fried.
Yeah.
To the point to where they couldn't come back.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But it's fraudulent. It's a fraudulent ecstasy. That's another drug called ecstasy, right? But it's a fraudulent thing.
Yeah.
And even down to the music, now it gets you to. I've seen some of these young boys, man, right? Young boys, right? I see some young boys, and they like zone out on it, like be tripping out on it, and they don't even realize what's happening to them. And don't say nothing about their favorite rapper, because then you know they down for it. They wearing the colors and everything, right? Yeah. But in actuality, they're getting drawned out.
Yeah.
Zoned out and drawn out, and they don't even know it. And so even I heard a line in a book says that when there is aggressive, let me see if I can read it right quick, because let's see if I can find it real quick, bro. We just gonna take a little book stop.
Yes, sir.
And I wanna read it like I read it, if I can find it. Come on. Am I gonna find it here? Let's see. It says, and if I don't find it, I can explain it to you. But it talks about when there's a watch this. This is the line. Ready? There's always less resistance when it is gently when they are gently led into the truth, other than when its errors are directly and vigorously combated. You understand me? So I want to say it like this. There's always more. How did I just say at the beginning there? There's less resistance.
Yeah.
When you are led into the truth. It's almost like dropping breadcrumbs. You know, when you're led in the truth, sometimes you have to make you think that you're finding it on your own, and you are, right? But there's less resistance when you're led, and I'm learning from this. There's less resistance when one is led in the truth versus when you combatively come against their error. Mm-hmm. It makes sense?
Yeah.
So now, man, y'all listen to the wrong thing, right? And so now immediately, I mean, Rico, right now, we go outside right now, even though we homeboys, if I throw my hands up, if I F at you like that, like boom, you immediately gonna throw your hands up.
Yeah.
Even if we playing, it's just a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
And so resistance is the same way. But then when you realize, yo, I have your best interests at heart, I ain't really got nothing to gain. I ain't really got to be over here talking to you. I'm just trying to give you a real version, a real understanding of what's really happening and what these systems are trying to, are you ready for this? Ready, Rico? Mm-hmm. Is what these systems are trying to synchronize you to. Yeah. The word synchronize, short for that is sync. It's trying to put you in the same rhythm and same way. It's fun. Music is funny because it's trying to put you in the same rhythm as what it wants to put you in, because if I get you in my rhythm, I can control you.
Yeah.
If I get you in my rhythm, I can get you talking like me, saying things, and I can get you to use the gift of God in your voice and in your words to create the things that I want to create. There's power in your voice. Mm-hmm. The power of God is in your speaking, in your thoughts. Now, what lines are you reciting the most? And see, I'm not even talking right or wrong right now, Rico. I'm not even talking about you're wrong for that. I'm just talking about reality now. Let's look at what God looks like and then what's really going on. Mm-hmm. Right? What is the conversation that I'm constantly repeating and reciting and affirming out in the air? So these systems begin to use my voice, use the voice of God coming through me against me.
Yeah.
And as soon as let me teach you something. As soon as they're done with you, they're gonna try to throw you away.
Yep.
That spirit, remember that spirit, that boy, Jesus cast that spirit out that boy, and that thing tried to throw him on the ground and tried to cut him all up and tried to kill him before it got out of him. Because it can't use him no more. Yeah. You got me? It's the same concept, trying to get you to breathe life into something that is not even a reality for you. Yeah. And then you begin to attract all these things to you. You get it? Mm-hmm. So so it becomes where it's not even, ye shall know John 8:32, it says, ye shall know the truth. Yeah. And the truth will make you free. A little bit further up in that, Jesus taught me, say, I know whence I come and I know where I'm going. Like the one that sent me is with me. You don't know where you're from. And so because you don't know where you're from, you don't know where you're going, so you kind of riding whatever ship is the most popular one that's in front of you. Yeah. But in actuality, if you really understood the potential of your lifetime and the potential of your life source and what you were really here to do, then it would no longer be a right or wrong decision, or I stay away from that. I was talking about that in the last pod we did, the last Red 30 pod. Remember I was talking about burning CDs and getting rid of music? Mm-hmm. Yeah, my perception and my perspective changed. It didn't change with age. It didn't change with prayer. It didn't change with consecration or fasting. It didn't do with those things. My perception of what was important to me and what matters the most changed when I began to dive into the red, into the Red River. When I dove into the red, I saw my identity in God. Yeah. I saw who God made me to be. And I saw, listen, not only did I see the identity of God, I saw all the possibilities of God in my life. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. All the possibilities of God that I was missing out on because I was perpetrating a fraud. They call it posing.
Mm-hmm. Not living in the truth.
I'm not living in the truth, right? And so because I'm not living the truth, I am actually binding myself up to a thought process, even though when you shall know the truth and the truth will make you free, I'm actually locking myself up in an imposter syndrome.
Wow.
In an imposter mentality. You get it? So now it's no longer, I'm saying it again, there's no longer now of a right or wrong thing. It's like, yo, is it if I ask you right now that would you rather make $1,000 an hour or $1 million an hour? What's your answer, Rico?
$1 million.
Right? Because why? Why? Because $1 million is better than 1,000. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Immediately, it's a no-brainer If I ask you, you want a pair of Vans, right? Or you want some Jordans?
Right.
You know, and then maybe for us, some of y'all may like Vans, and y'all pick Vans over Jordans. Okay, it's cool, right? But I'm saying whatever's better.
Yeah.
And so there's a better version of you that God has laid out and already sent and embedded on the inside of you. And all of these other things are trying to dumb down the possibility of that version. Sheesh. But you should know the truth, and the truth will make you free. Let me tell you the truth. The truth is you're better than what you've been saying. You're better than what you've been consuming. You're better than what you've been perpetrating. You're better than what you've been taking a part of. But because nobody ever told you that you were better than that, you think that that's better. Just because it's popular. Just because it's all over the place, but it's being fed by the system that's trying to control your mentality. Don't I sound like the man trying to get you? The system is trying to. It sounds like that on the slick.
Yeah.
But in the reality of it all, there's a better version of you.
Mm-hmm.
It don't have to be this cheesy, Poindexter, lame. Lame. Like it don't have to be a lame version of you, right? But it can be a version that is aware, right? And then out of the awareness, it begins to function from God, from within. There's a place now. I'm glad I got this sweatshirt on. It's over in Proverbs. It says, keep your heart with all diligence. At the heart. It ain't the little Valentine's Day heart. This is what a heart really shaped like. It says, keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. What is it saying? It says you have to guard your ear gate and your eye gate and be mindful of what gets inside of your heart, because then Jesus says another time, the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh.
Yeah.
Whatever gets on the inside of there will begin to birth what your life looks like. It will begin to birth the function of how your life flows. And so now I got to protect this. How do I protect my heart? I protect my heart here. And I protect my heart here. And I even protect my heart with my feelings and what I involve myself and who I involve myself to, what I decide to listen to the most, what I decide to see the most, what I decide to consume the most. I keep my heart with all diligence, because out of it will be the issues of my life. It will issue whatever my life turns out to be, right? So then what do I do with my heart? I submit my heart to the one that made it. I submit my heart to the God, the Almighty God, who is above all, the Most High, who made me. And how do I do that? I do that by seeing how Jesus, as a Son of God, functions in the will of God. And it shows me who I am and the power and the possibilities that I have, and I submit it. Yeah. I submit my heart, right? I put my heart in a position to where it can function to the fullness. I don't want to have clogged arteries. I don't want to have heart palpitations and all these different things, or heart issues or heart problems when I shouldn't have heart problems. God created my heart to function in a specific and perfect way. And so now I bring the thing that he gave me back to him, right? And he begins to go inside and clean me out, running through the corridors of my soul, and begin to clean me out from the inside and show me the deception of the things that tried to connect to me as a friendly. Yeah, just trying to deceive me as a friendly, when actuality is just using me for its will.
Trying to take place.
Watch this, how we started. It's trying to get a placement in my heart.
Yeah.
And here's what happens with a placement. With a placement, if something ever gets a placement in your heart, it'll always get plays every time you play your album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we remix. we remix. So there's some albums that you take them down off of streaming, and then you take that song off of there, and then you repost it. Watch this. You redistribute it. I just did it the other day, and y'all need to go on the Substack and subscribe so you can get this fresh music. I took all my stuff down off of streaming. I took it all down because now we're revamping, and I'm putting it in a place where somebody can consume it easier. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes in the album of your life, there's something that's got placement. Take it down and delete that track. Delete that what? What I said? Delete that what, Rico?
That track.
That track, because it's trying to make tracks in your mind.
Yeah.
It's trying to make tracks in your mind and then get you stuck on that track, and now you got a one-track mind. Mm-hmm. Trying to get you stuck on the tracks. No. I take that album down. I delete that and I redistribute the way this album really sounds. The way this album really was presented, the way the producer the father, the provider, the writer of the story. He's a songwriter. You're the song that he wrote. You know, before you swung the belly, I knew you. I ordained you. I sanctified you, right? He wrote you out already, and that what he wrote, he's expecting that sound to come out of you. So let it happen, and the only way you let it happen is to true, bona fide, and unrelenting submission. Listen, this is Donovan Montreal Pod. This has been a good time. Y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, share this with somebody. Follow on all social medias. Y'all go to the Substack and check it out so you can get in on the Red and 30 community. Y'all go over to God Can't Fail. This is sponsored by God Can't Fail. It's more than encouragement. It is awareness. Go get your wristband, get your sweatshirt, all that good stuff. This has been the Donovan Montreal Pod. We'll see y'all next time. It's always good to be reminded that God is always in control. Sometimes life be life and things don't go like you planned it to go, and it just ain't working out. Insert the God Can't Fail bands. Listen, it's more than encouragement, it's awareness. It's awareness of God on the inside of you, all around you, and in all of your situations. Listen, and if you know that God can't fail, then you always understand that you can't fail because you're one with God, and God is on the inside of you. So listen, go over to GodCan'tFail.com and get you some bands. We've been giving them out all over the place. Buy you one, buy you two, get you a bunch. Matter of fact, we're about to do a new package. We're about to do an ultimate package where you can one time buy and get all the colors at once to match with all your outfits and be fresh and all that good stuff. Yeah, so go to GodCan'tFail.com, get you some wristbands. The sweatshirts are coming soon. They'll be on there for everybody to grab them. But just go over there and get it. Listen, it's more than an accessory. It's a necessity. Letting you know that God can't fail. And, you know, when days get hard, things get difficult, all I got to do is look down at my wrist and realize what? God can't fail. And it not only encourages me, but it makes me aware of God right here where I am in my situation and where I'm going. Go over to God Can't Fail and get you one.